Hello, everyone. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and this is your weekly Manhattan market update. We're going to get right into it, John, because we got more things to say. I don't want to waste any stuff on an intro. So here we are with supply at 7503, and this has been ticking up, Johnny.
It's been ticking up. I mean, you can look at the chart right here on the screen. We're up another 4% in terms of active supply on a weekly basis. I mean, look, the market opened in July and everything kind of came on right at the same time. So no surprise, active supply is just going gangbusters.
Right. Well, the last 4 weeks, we really did see a pop. So we're seeing a sustained pop here. So we're gonna bring in a big number of monthly new listings when July ends here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Pending sales 1402. This is the number I do not like, and I want to show a chart here, John, because this puts it into perspective. Take a look at this decline. This is going back 9 years. You know, obviously we had a government ordered shutdown, but the point is that pending sales is starting to show signs of bottoming, normalizing, stabilizing, and potentially that's the next step to recovery.
Yeah, and bear in mind the way pending sales is constructed is a pipeline number. So sales go in once they sign a contract, they only come out once they're closed and recorded. So when Acris is filing more sales than get put into the pipeline, you're going to see a drop. So let's shift now to the weekly pending sales. I'm going to throw that up. And you can see that this week we had 1402 pending sales. And that's the first tick up in pending sales we've had since the beginning of COVID. So that's a great sign that we're starting to fill the pipe back up again.
Right, and exactly. And if you break down this pending sales chart to 6 months, you can actually see that we had the bottom around July 14th, July 15th. And as John said, we designed this thing so that it takes a good amount of a turnaround in that daily rate of change to push this thing from going one way into going another. So that is a very good sign, and hopefully it continues. Let's go right to the weekly trends, John. Weekly trends. 1 week active inventory. Let's see how much we brought on. Ding, 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 ding. 633. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, here's the chart right here. That's about a 5% increase from last week. We were at 600 or so last week. So
yeah,
I mean, listen, we didn't put on any listings for 3 months, and then we put them all on in 4 weeks. So it's no surprise these weekly numbers are high, but it's, it is a little concerning to see this many weeks of solid listing activity.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's to be expected given the shutdown. The question is, is everything coming on this month, or is it going to be like this for 3-4 months? Is there going to be 2,300 listings coming on the market for the next 3 months? I don't think so. I would think this is going to be the biggest one, and then we'll kind of phase down a little bit, but who knows? We'll see. Let's go to contract sign. Contract sign. We love contract sign. Where did you come in? 148. That's not bad. We were around that level last week.
Yep. I'm putting it up right now. It's we were at 155 last week, 148 this week. It's a slight drop by 7. We're in the same ballpark. That's what you want to see. It's not gangbusters. It's, if you look at a normal year in terms of activity, this is sort of like a holiday week of a normal year, but compared to where we were, it's fantastic. Let's just keep it up.
That's right. We just started. And I mean, look, my biggest fear was that 1 week, that bump up 150, we're going to come back here and it's going to go right down below 100. Because we said 1 week is not a trend make. So let's stay here. Even if we stay here for a little while, it's okay if it's a stepping stone. Ultimately, we want to get back up to 200, 250, but you got to get to this level first. One thing I wanted to talk about, John, before we let everyone go is how many deals did we put into contract since the open? So to do that, I'm going to go to historical status search. I'm going to go to June 22nd. That is when we opened up. I'm going to go until July 24th. That is today. Contract signed. I'm going to do a search, and I have 455 deals signed since the open. So I pass the torch to you, John. Tell me some breakdown statistics, and I want to give a little shout out to Fred Peters, who always tells me you got to compile a list of what makes up those deals, because it's probably the lower end. So what are you seeing here?
Well, let's start by neighborhood. So I'm putting this up on the site right now. It's contracts signed by neighborhood. And I mean, one of the things that's interesting that stands out to me is look at the Upper West Side and Midtown. Between the two of them, that's over half of the market in terms of activity on the contract side has been Upper East Side and Midtown. I mean, Midtown alone is a huge market geographically, so that's really not a surprise. But, typically it doesn't dominate the activity levels in this nature, and neither does the Upper East Side. So usually you're seeing a lot more Upper West Side deals, downtown deals certainly. But, right now we're seeing it in Upper East Side and Midtown.
Very interesting. What about bed count?
Let's look at bed count. Let me throw that up. Bed count, this is also surprising. And this sort of relates into the price one I'll show next. I mean, look at the 1 and 2 beds here. That's 73% of the markets. 1 beds are at 43% of the market in terms of activity contract signs. 2 beds are at 30% of all contract signs since June 22nd were 2 beds. So between the two of those, so it looks like most of the activity is on the smaller side.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the larger apartments, including the townhouses that are over 3 beds, it's only 16% of the market. So solidly 84% of the market is under 3 bed count, which is, in the lower price points, generally speaking.
Right. And that would make sense. And what about price points? You look anything in terms of price points?
Yeah, I'm putting it up right now. And so you can see here that the under 1 million market is 45% of the market. The 1 to 3 million market, 1 to 3 million sector is 42% of the contracts that were signed since
That's
the
the
reopened.
market right there.
That's the bulk of what's happening. That's the bulk of the action. I think most agents would concur that as you increase the price, you're sort of going to decrease the activity, and it's really no surprise here as the number of contracts has fallen, that the bulk of the activity remains on the lower end.
Well, listen, our job is to look at the data, interpret the data, and whatever it is, good or bad, report on it as such. We're trying to be unbiased here, and we're trying to, stay ahead of the curve. So great stuff. Thank you very much. This is Noah Rosenblatt, and this is John Walkup. We are from UrbanDigs. This is your weekly market report, and we'll catch you next Friday. Have a good weekend, everyone.